Alright, good morning, boys and girls. I am trying something new. I'm very sorry that I'm not there with you today. Hopefully you have your Chromebooks or you're able to view this because one of the teachers will play it for you. But in our Google Classroom, you will need to go here every day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The stream page, our first page, there is a message here for you, and it just tells you everything that you're going to be doing for this week, but it'll tell you again in the classwork section. Okay, when you come down to Friday is just going to be a make sure you finish day, and it is okay if you do not finish everything. It really is. But I do want you to make sure you turn in everything on Friday. So make sure you turn in your packet that was the hurricane packet for the days that we've missed. You want to make sure you turn in that, and you want to turn in your practice pages that you have been given today that you'll work on for the next 3 days. Something new that we are starting this week is going to be your fluency. So remember, you still have a reading log that you need to turn in to me. So I'm going to click on this fluency, which is also your reading log, and you'll see it's the same thing as before. So you need to make sure you finish your first one, and you'll see that this one's due September 15th. It still has to have a parent's signature. But then on the back of that, or in that packet, you should have the fluency information. You want to make sure that mom, dad, grandma, aunt, and uncle, whoever is helping you with homework, goes over and reads all of this to you. Right here at the bottom, where it talks about below is a list of ways that I'm going to work with you on student fluency in the classroom. And it's using this same packet. So you'll take this home, but you need to bring it back. You're going to do sight words. You have to get 20 words correct when I give you your test to make it 80%. You're going to do sight word phrases. It's the same thing. You'll have to read 20 of the phrases completely correctly. If you miss one word in the phrase, you miss the whole phrase. And then the fluency passage, you're going to read that passage every night 3 times. The first time you're going to read it, you're reading it for 1 minute. You want to time yourself for 1 minute and find out what word you make it to. And you'll circle the word that you make it to. So that's the first time. And you'll do that Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. So you'll end up circling 4 different words, or maybe you make it to the same word and you'll circle that word twice. But you'll circle 4 different times because you're going to circle it every night that you read the first time. The second time you read, you're going to practice reading it, paying attention to your periods and your commas, just like we practiced in the class. Remember, when we get to a comma, we pause. When we get to a period, we think about that sentence, and then we start reading the next one. The last reading that you do for your fluency passage is to read it to find answers, okay? This is the first page. Make sure you put your name on it. I already have the date, and I'm telling you when I'm going to test you on all of this. So these are the words. You've got to know 20 of these words. You've got to be able to read them and use them in a sentence. Here are your phrases. You have to be able to read 20 of these phrases without missing one word. And then here is your passage, and it gives you the directions again. So you're going to read all the way as far as you can go until you get to 1 minute. Set a timer on your computer or your phone. And let's say Miss Netta was reading this. The big day was here. Rosa was in the school orchestra, and tonight was the winter concert. It was the first time she would play the piano in front of an audience. Rosa was worried all day in school, and the timer went off. Well, Miss Netta made it to the word school. So when I get to the bottom, I'm going to circle the word school, and then when I get to the bottom, it asks you your words per minute. Well, if I circled the word school up here, then that means I read 30 words because I read all the way to this period, and then I'm going to start counting 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I read 37 words if I circle school. So I'll come down here and in the box, I'll put the number 37. Okay. This is what you're going to mark an X each time you read it. So Miss Netta read it one time. She put the number 36. She circled the word school. I'm going to go back, and this time all I'm going to do is read it. Then I'm going to pay attention to the periods and the commas and the question marks and the exclamation marks. Then I'll come back here. I'll put an X on the number 2. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to read it a third time. The third time that I read it is when I'm going to go to the next page and I'm going to answer some of these questions. I don't have to answer all of these questions at one time. I'm just going to pick one to answer or two. And then you'll see that it's not due until the test date. So you won't turn this in to me until the day of our test. Okay, so you have until September 15th to answer all of those questions. All right, your sight words and your fluency phrases will not change if you don't get 20 out of the 25 correct. Okay, same thing with your story. This story is, I have a grade level on it. Ms. Nett will have to tell that to you when I get back to school. But I think this one is like mid-second grade. So it won't go up another grade level until you pass mid-second grade. So each one of these things is to help us get stronger with our reading. Okay, so this is our new fluency packet. And remember, your reading log is due Wednesday, September 15th, which is the same day that you're going to take your test. So all of this is due Wednesday, September 15th. Okay, so it goes home, but it comes back to school because if you go to your classwork section, you'll see that it says, this week I will work on. Well, when I get into my lessons that I'm working on, you'll see that in here it's telling you you're going to be working on your DOLs and your grammar. It's telling you that you're going to be working on your spelling. And then look right here. Got to find out where your fluency is. But you're working on your fluency also during the week. It may be back here on this page. Here it is. It says practice your fluency using your fluency packet. So your vocabulary practice every day has to do with your fluency packet. So you want to make sure you have it at school, but you also want to make sure you're doing it at home. All right, so let's go to our classwork. So this week, these are all of the links that you're going to have. Now on mine, I already have spelling quiz number 2 that you are going to see Thursday, but you cannot see that on yours because I have not assigned it to you yet, and I'm not going to assign it until Thursday. But it tells you that you are going to take a test, complete the spelling and DOL test quiz. It tells you that for Thursday. Okay, so it gives you Wednesday's work, Thursday's work, and Friday's work for in class. All right, here are your DOLs. You know what to do with them. I will put the correct answers in at the end of the day each day for you to copy them the next morning. So you'll come here and look at them. Okay, here is your grammar videos for nouns. And this is possessive nouns, and it tells you that you're going to work on lesson 20 in your packet that you're being given in class. Your spelling and your vocabulary. Your old words are right here. You need to practice your old words for your test on Thursday. And then your new words, I'm going to list them on your new words Thursday. So I'll put your new words here after we do the test. This week we're going to be talking about the central message and themes. So tomorrow's lesson is central message and then central message or theme. So you're going to watch both videos, and then these are the stories that are in your packet. So you'll look at these stories and complete the questions that are related to central message and about the story itself. Now these stories are going to be a little hard, so you may read them with a buddy if you would like, or have the teacher read them. This is our book. We've already talked about it. You're going to look at your slides first. It says view and talk about the vocabulary before questions in the slides. In here, there is a picture, and I want you to pay attention to the colors that are in the picture. We're going to talk about that when I get back to school and why those colors are different. Inside of this video, inside of the slides here, you also have your vocabulary. I want you to see if you can find these words in your vocabulary. These are the questions to think before you read. These are the questions to focus on when you listen to the story and when you get finished with the story. Here's another explanation of our theme just for you to review and look at. Okay. All right. And I'm trying to get out of it, but it's not. There we go. Okay. You'll get a new story on Thursday, so we're focusing on that one. Your writing, you're going to watch the 2 videos on races, and I want you to understand these are all the stories that are in your packet. Zell and the Gentle Donkey has 3 short response choices. You only have to pick 3 responses. You don't have to answer all those short responses. So you could answer a short response for The Girl and the Apples, true or false, and Brother and Sister. You only have to pick 3 short responses and practice races. Only 3 for this week, but there are a bunch of them in your packet in all of these stories. And then once you're done working on a little bit of all of this, remember you are always going to do your 15 minutes of Freckle. You'll go to the library. You've got to read 3 stories. I don't care if you read all fiction. I don't care if you read all nonfiction, but you've got to read 3 stories, or you can mix it up to fiction and nonfiction. Your word study, you're going to do 3 or 4 lessons. So you'll go through the lesson, and then it'll ask you how you think you did. You'll do that 3 times. That will complete 3 lessons. Okay. I will try to make another video tomorrow sometime at the end of the day to go over your test for the next day. Okay. Your videos will be found here in your stream for the message that I have. Okay, they'll be at the bottom. All right, where your Freckle login